My name is Rolando, and I just wanted to take a few moments to show you probably what I consider to be the best find of my life when it comes to finding coins. I've been watching you guys post your videos and, go through half-dollar roll after roll and, or get bags or whatever from coins, from a bank and everything. And I've been seeing how much you've been finding and what you've been finding, and a lot of it is really good. And let me go ahead and tell you my story. I think that some of you get discouraged after not finding anything, or finding maybe one coin, and you go through $1,000 or $500 in halves. And I used to do what you did. I used to do that a lot, and I used to go through it, and I used to find a lot of stuff. And believe me, I wish I could go back and do that again. But part of the problem is that by doing these kind of videos and doing these kind of searches and sharing it with your friends, well, you end up getting other people involved that get really excited. And well, it's made it to the point where looking for half dollars in quantity like that makes it more and more difficult to find anything. But I don't give up hope in searching, because usually what I do is I go to a bank and I ask for whatever is available, and I go through those, and I know what to look for. I look for rolls that, number one, are usually hand wrapped. Rolls that don't have them rewrapped, or rolls that don't have markings on them or something like that, unless it says 90% silver or 40% silver or 1967, or I think that at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of this stuff, and it's like, but I've never come across anything like this. And I would like to share my story with you, because I think it's encouraging to know that you can still find stuff, and it just kind of relieves a lot of tension. I've definitely had a little bit of envy for whatever you find out there, and believe me, when you find a lot of stuff like that, I get excited. And one of my big prayers is to was that I would find a full roll of 90% silver coins of any denomination. And well, it turned out to be that the half dollars came into play. And so let me tell you what happened. I went to a bank, and I ended up talking to one of the tellers there, and this guy was basically telling me that he was working at another bank, and an old lady came in, and basically came in to turn in some coins just to get face value for them. And he said, excuse me, that these coins, a lot of them were Liberty half dollars. And I thought automatically walking liberties. And then automatically when he said Ben Franklin's, I knew then that he knew what he was talking about. And I knew that he knew what he was talking about. And so he said, well, I don't have them with me, but I'll bring them on Friday. And it was like, okay. I said, well, maybe I can just simply meet you somewhere. Once you're done from work and everything, you can just go ahead and get them and everything. And if you want to trade them, then you can. And so he said, okay. I was just, I took him out to eat, and I paid for the coins, and, I did a little bit of extra stuff for him. But I thought, well, maybe, in my mind, I'm thinking maybe just some of them were going to be that, maybe the rest of them were going to be like basic regular Kennedys, and, or just a lot of 40%ers, or what he would do is, I thought, well, maybe he just would keep some of them, and just let me have just some of them. And I was like, okay. But we met, and he had them, and he showed them to me. And I was like, absolutely, absolutely amazed at what I saw here. And this is basically what it is. What's right here is just the half dollars. I know there's some other stuff in the background, but it's just the half dollars. And we looked through these, and so let me show you. Here's 43. I'm not going to show them all to you, but most of them are from the 40s. There are a couple of 30s in the batch as well. And I will go ahead and get those as well. Here's a really nice one, man. If you can imagine that. most of the, detail is still on these coins. Here's a 39, you know, and I'm just really, really amazed. Here's a really, absolutely really nice 43. This is probably one of the best ones in there. And it's kind of hard to do the focusing, but I mean, as you can see, I mean, most of them are from the 40s. I didn't get these from a pawn shop. I didn't buy them on eBay or nothing like that. These came from someone that got them from a bank that basically set them aside for me. So if at first you can't succeed, get someone to help you out. That's basically my motto. Make friends at banks. I don't care what you got to do, give them something, maybe, offer to split something or just whatever. But that's not the end of it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I got a total of 26 Walking Liberty half dollars at face value. And that's not all. I mean, we got a total of 16 Ben Franklins. Most of them were from the 50s. The oldest being a 51. There were no 40s. I had plenty of 40s from the Walkers, so, and, there were some 63s as well. It's amazing, what, I'm trying to focus these just a little bit, so give me just 1 second. But, I mean, it's just amazing, these Franklins, I mean, what they are. And here's a 63, 52, 58, 52, and I'm like, all in all, there's a total of 16 Franklin half dollars. I mean, yes, for both the Franklins and the Walkers, there are copies and such, but I mean, most people don't even get anywhere near the kind of volume that they find unless they go through, on a really good day, they would have to go through about $2,000 to $3,000 worth, or maybe not that much, maybe about $1,000 worth of that. But I think for most people, it's a once in a lifetime find. I mean, it's a really, really good search. And then that's not the end of it. I mean, at the end of the day, what I thought I would find the most of was what I found the least of. I mean, only 3 1964 Kennedy half dollars, 90% silver. Here's a 64, really nice toned. I mean, you can see the toning. So this one looks like it came out of an original bankroll. And then only 3 40% half dollars, 69, 68, and a 65. I mean, all in all, an extremely, tremendously, and then of course there were 2 1974s, which promptly I ended up returning those back. I mean, but I mean, if you can just imagine the sheer size of finding stuff like that, I mean, I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I couldn't contain my excitement, but I tried to, of course, while I was there. And so, just to let you know, I mean, the coins are still out there. If you are patient, and really in situations like this, timing is just about everything. I mean, if you are taking the time to look, you will eventually find stuff like this, silver, but it takes time. So if you want to get a stash like this over time, you're gonna need to take the time to look, or just have the luck that I did. I mean, and I believe that you'll find it. I mean, just keep looking, persevere, and don't give up. You will find some great treasures out there if you really take the time to look, and you'll come across something like this eventually. I did, and you will find other coins, from other countries. Don't ignore those. So my advice to you is continue searching, and good luck, YouTubers. Have a great one.